Trials are a great crossover skill for any type of bike riding, so today we're going to do some trial skills that are super fun, easy to practice, and going to help you on your e-bike.
And we're not just talking about the bonkers back wheel bouncing antics of Danny McCaskill here. We're talking about the kind of slower finesse skills you can learn in a car park and then transfer those onto the trail to help you get the most out of any trail in any place.
Where's the trials button? Right, let's start with the endo, so trying to lift the back wheel off the ground, and this is a case of using your weight and also a big handful of front brake. So what you need to do is actually get your weight onto the front tyre, so transfer your weight and then grab the brake. If you stay back on the bike and grab the brake, it's quite likely that your front wheel is going to slide, so you need that to be weighted. So I start this off with a nice pump down on the bike, then up and forward with my weight towards the front tyre, and then a big handful of front brake. So it does take a little bit of confidence, and you also need to be ready to come off the front brake. If the back wheel starts coming too high, let off the front brake, the back wheel's going to start dropping again. One last and really good use for that endo is to use a rolling endo for getting around switchbacks. So a corner might be so tight that when you turn in, your rear wheel tracks a tighter circumference and it might not make it round that corner. So start using that endo and try and keep your back wheel up by feathering that front brake. That gets your back wheel round and away you go. Now wheelies are fun, and I think they're mega fun on e-bikes, so it's the opposite to the endo. I'm now thinking about taking my weight to the back of the bike, so I'm going from my ready position, pedalling nice easy gear, sitting down and back, and putting the power in to lift the front tyre. Now I'm using the back brake to drop the front tyre back to the floor. Mastering the wheelie is all about finding that balance point, so more power to bring the front wheel up, when it gets too high, back brake to bring it back down.
So where in the world are you going to use a wheelie? Well, you're climbing up your hill and you've got an obstacle in front of you. Now, if you don't lift your front wheel, that's going to collide and take all your momentum away from you. So you're heading up your hill, and like maybe you don't know, but a meter before, you just lift your front wheel, keeps your momentum and your flow up the hill. Now, very often you're climbing up hills and there's a sudden change of slope where you have to generate some good drive and thrust in a short space of time. Now, this is a very extreme example of what we're talking about. Most of the time it's quite a gentle kind of change in slope, but ultimately this is quite an aggressive move and requires a big surge, a change of direction as you're trying to push yourself up and over the bank. So it's all about driving on the pedals and then thrusting your body position over the front of the bike.
The good old track stand, learning to actually balance your bike whilst you don't have any speed at all, is great for the slowest of slow techie trails. It's also, again, really good fun to practice. So what I would say on an e-bike is to back your power off. I've actually got it down on tour mode on this Bosch system, so that when I'm putting pressure on the pedals, it's not trying to fire me forward too much. So I've turned my front wheel into a bank and I've got my favourite foot forward and I'm putting pressure into that. And I'm using that to push the front wheel up the bank if I need to, and then roll back down if I need to keep my balance. I'm also using my brakes. It's also quite good to try and keep your head up. You can do this all day if you get good at it. Again, really good for really slow trial sections, and you get moving your bike around.
Don, end of the day, I got a 20-metre square patch of land here where we can put together all the four things we just talked about.
Amazing.
The endo, the kind of moving the back wheel, the kind of driving up the bank, and also kind of wheeling over an obstacle.
Come on then, Tony Bow.
Tony Bow?
Show me how it goes.
I haven't got my tights on.
Right, another one, the hill climb challenge. Up this steep loose bank, up the step, round the tree, back down.
Call that steep?
It's pretty steep. No dabbing. Baruti.
Ooh, this looks a bit tasty up here, Don. Fair dues. Oh, my gears.
Oh, he's done it. He's done it. There you go, there's some trial skills, super easy to practice, really good fun, doesn't take any battery, so why not do it at the end of every ride for a bit of fun?
Yeah, so all we've been talking about is some slow speed finesse, some basic mountain bike skills. They're going to serve you well for any part of the trail you ride on.
If you want to see another skills video, click up there for how to ride mud.
Don't forget to give us the thumbs up if you like this trials vid.
Hit that subscribe button.
Subscribe.